Today an unboxing in 4K video of this Bluetooth speaker. What's special about it? Well, yeah, waterproof, there's that. But for gritty, sandy, wet locations, if you're listening to podcasts, it's awful nice to be able to have separate volume buttons and forward and reverse buttons for things like go back 30 seconds if you're using Pocket Casts or Overcast apps on your iOS or Android devices. Discrete buttons to go forward a song or back a song, or forward 15 seconds or 30 seconds, however many seconds you specify, or go back to repeat a section of a podcast. So for me, that's the part that sounds appealing. My immediate impression of this box that I just got from Amazon today is it doesn't exactly have a quality look to it. It seems like something you'd see in the bargain bin of your local pharmacy, but that's a bit insulting. Let me suspend judgment until I open it, because you know what? The Amazon reviews were pretty favorable, and there's not a lot of products at all, anything like it as far as the controls that are on the device itself. Now, let me see, do I have a device I can pair nearby to test it? Yeah, I don't, other than the phone I'm actually using to record this video. Alright, so here's the box. Let's see what's in the little side box. Alright. So a lanyard where you could attach it to like a railing on a boat. A very supple cord. That's a plus. Not particularly thin, but thin this way and extremely flexible. Seems like reasonably not resistant. Alright, looks to be 3 feet long. There's our USB charging. Let's have a look at the power brick. It's a small power brick. And there's the watts there. 5 volts, 0.5 amps. Alright. Okay, so I can use that as a charger. No idea how long it takes. I think some comments might be on the long side as far as charging. I don't care about that too often as long as the battery life's reasonable. Okay. Feels pretty good in the hand. Again, these clasps maybe help in a boat situation. To use the optional lanyard might be useful to some folks. Rubberized bottom here. Some sort of port which might be subwoofer-like ducting. Okay, we've got a rubberized panel here for charging. I imagine that's a light. Let me try that out. There's probably an LED indicating you're getting a charge here. So I can do that without obstructing your view. Oh, I thought maybe that was going to be an LED over there, but I guess I thought wrong. Alright. And LED in the front indicating it's plugged in and charging. So, let me see if there's nothing else in the box. Alright. Warranty, instructions, and they probably say something along the lines of charge before first use. Okay, charge it with the included cable. Turn it on by pushing the power button. A blue LED will blink to show it's in Bluetooth pairing mode. And just find it and pair, and that's it, and enjoy. So initial setup is on page 6. So we'll head over to page 6. Let's see what it says. Before using it, plug it in, and the red LED will illuminate to show it is charging. When it turns green, the unit's fully charged. Then turn on the unit. Yeah, I'll go ahead and follow those directions. So I'll stop recording the video and resume when it is done with charging. And at that point, I'll go ahead and have a Bluetooth device nearby to go ahead and pair it. Give a little bit of demonstration of functionality. So I checked in about 7 hours later. The light was still red. About 8 hours later, it turned green. So yeah, the power brick it comes with gives kind of a anemic, slow charging speeds. Not a big deal, but it's done now. And got an iPhone ready with Overcast. So I'm going to move along here and push and hold power. For several seconds. All right. Which is how you normally do Bluetooth pairing. I guess if it doesn't find anything, it's going to go right into pairing mode. So here's power. Here we go. All right. Now you'll notice there's a display. And the contrast on it is reasonable. So that's a distinguishing feature versus most other Bluetooth speakers. Not so much the reason I bought it, but anyhow, there you have it. And let's go ahead and plug it now. Shouldn't make any difference. Okay, that turned off the green light. Yep. We've got full charge showing, Bluetooth symbol. All right, that all makes sense. Let's move along. Bluetooth was not on the phone. That wasn't going to help. The device is named Acoustics. And it's now paired. Let me finish up that close look on the device here. Close up that port. Okay, so a little bit rough on this edge here. It's let's see, rubbery. Just where two different rubber substance areas meet, there's slightly different texture. The front doesn't seem like it's waterproof. It's just a metal grill, but apparently the speakers behind are going to get wet. It doesn't matter, and it drips out the bottom, I suppose. And I already showed you the back earlier, so can't really see in there too well. One more light I can turn on here. You're not going to see the cones very well. And then very unforgiving harsh light now, showing every little bit of dust. But you get the idea. There are all the buttons, and now the device seems to have turned off. Well, I don't know. What's it say over here? It says acoustics connected. Sync contacts. That's weird. All right, so I'm going to use the Overcast app. So all I did on
Cortana, play Home Gadget Geeks from TuneIn.
is went to sleep.
And now, Home Gadget Geeks on TuneIn.
This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Home Gadget Geeks show number 299. Paul, you missed it by one. Hey, Cortana, play Home Gadget Geeks from TuneIn.
And now, Home Gadget Geeks on TuneIn.
This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Home Gadget Geeks show number 299. Paul, you missed it by one. Show recorded on
It's a
March
display.
2nd.
Very nice. It's actually scrolling through and showing what the name of the podcast is. Very nice touch. Pause. Okay, I didn't push hard enough. It's a very deliberate button press you need to do. Okay, I just installed Overcast. So it's got some settings I'm going to need to do if I want to do 30-second skip and so forth. So the user interface here,
PSA score.
30 seconds built in, but if I
physicals. I can't
hit forward here, let's see what happens.
Miss those physicals. Do that every year. I know it's a pain.
Glad to hear you're doing well.
Because I'm out and it's going to be like, if it was going to, I brought you on, I wanted there.
Okay.
And you do evenings.
It's doing by default 30 seconds. And back is 30 seconds. So no need to configure anything on Overcast. Just install it, pair it, you're ready to play podcast,
So I'm very thankful to IBM.
and pause and repeat something if you missed what the podcast was saying. Nice.
And that's how I've always
Looks
been.
like phone call abilities.
New opportunity came my way and I took it.
Don't really like hearing my own voice. Okay, that's radio. So I've heard complaints about radio. Volume.
I can do this with no effort. You know I do this time, play my role.
Alright, I don't really want YouTube takedown messages, but you saw
Watch her aquarium. Get your sack took. We
Okay, so the low volume is pretty loud, is the complaint, the chief complaint there. All right, well, that's FM radio if you're interested. And it seems the lowest volume of 1 is a bit on the high side for people's taste. How do I get back to podcasts? I guess I push that again. Goes back to aux here. That's the port in the back. Push it again, I should get to Bluetooth. And that worked. And it paused what I was doing. I missed tapping the screen properly, but I should be able to do it here.
Yeah, that's good. Congratulations.
All right. And now
On
I'm going
that,
to
can you
try
talk a little bit
volume.
about, so what are kind of your roles and responsibilities? You said you're looking ahead, but what does that translate into for VMware?
Yeah, I think to answer that question, it might be helpful to start by going backwards a little bit. So,
Okay, pretty bassy and pretty loud. Okay, what happens if we turn off Bluetooth and now it's paired with nothing? Okay, the display says acoustics. And one would hope it's going to do some sort of power save mode. A quick look at the manual and just see if it tells me that. Here's our buttons. So taking a phone call, press it briefly. So momentary push will do the trick. You can pair a second Bluetooth device. That is pretty interesting if you have two people sharing one in a bathroom or pool or whatever. You can have multiple phones attached, I guess up to 2. So that's pretty cool. Alright, well, we know the display turns off after a while if you don't touch it. I would hope it goes into some sort of power savings and saves its own battery if it has nothing that it's paired to, or it's out of range of the phone that was controlling it. I think it'll be useful to do some comparison or comparative volume testing compared to this Photive Siren that's on its last legs from I have a Photive Siren PH-BT1000. This thing is on its last legs, pretty beat up. Its battery barely lasts, but I've got the iPhone on the left paired with it now to do some comparison testing of, I think this is a 6 watt device and this is either 8 or 10. Not quite remembering, but let's see if we can get a sense of max volume and distortion and all.
by going backwards a little bit. So,
That's full volume.
from day one, way back in 2011. And I first started using them for caching RAID
And
control.
that's
So you remember Home Labs and Home Server Show and all of that.
okay, that's that. Let's turn that off. Turn this one on. Bluetooth should connect. I'm waiting for the Bluetooth light to go on. Don't quite know why I didn't. Alright, we need to play with that a little bit more.
For show and all of that, where we put together a bunch of 2 terabyte drives, or back then 1 terabyte drives, and it was for
Way louder.
family videos and other stuff, the large files that needed multiple terabytes of storage. So I create a RAID array, but it was slow. So I buy a $600 RAID controller and I speed it up with cache.
I don't know. A lot louder. 30, 40, 50% louder. It's hard to quantify perception, but yeah. Let's turn it off again. Okay, that's the first time on camera I actually turned it off, so you hear a little dwindling tone. So, does Bluetooth come back this time? Okay, I didn't push and hold that long enough. Yes, very quickly. Shows headphones icon.
And I speed it up with caching
All right.
reads and writes, ideally. Didn't work out so great. It's very enterprisey focused.
Well, that's it. That's the end of my look at this Bluetooth speakerphone from Acoustics called the Ivation. Thanks for watching. And thanks for visiting tinkertry.com.